Just Dak, talk about just the importance of coming back down to earth after such an emotional victory over the Eagles. Short week with the Chiefs coming to town just 4 days after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's vital. You've got to reset. Yeah, that was a great win, great tough win, emotional as you said, coming back from down 21. But it was only to be celebrated that night, to be honest with you. And I think I said that in the presser, like, especially on the short week, you've got to move forward. You've got to get on your film. You've got to find a way to crunch 5 days into 2 days, 2.5, 3 days. And obviously, having to do this a bunch, I mean, everybody in the league does it. It's no foreign process, but you got to make sure you're locked into the details. The last thing you can do is be living on what you did last week. You're as good as what you did today and how you prepared, and we've got to keep that in mind. And if we want to win, it's going to be on our preparation each and every day.
It felt like it took you a little while to settle in to that game against the Eagles. Will that process be easier this week because you just went through it in a big time?
One more time.
It seemed like it took you a little while to settle in offensively and get to doing what you guys do well. Will that be easier in this game because you just went through it?
Hell, I sure hope. I mean, I don't think anybody planned for that beginning of the game to go that way. Sure not how we prepared or our intentions throughout the week. And so, yeah, the plan is to be much better than that, start a lot faster earlier. And if we did last week, who knows, it would have been a much different game. We know how talented and good this team is coming in. We know how important it is to start fast, and that's our focus. However, if that doesn't happen, you've got to be resilient. You've got to show competitive stamina. At the end of the day, it's a 4-quarter game, and that is what the goodness of last week does. Is just as I mentioned, right, gives guys confidence for in case you get in that situation. But we've got to start much better than we did last week.
What do you expect from CeeDee Lamb this week? Bounce back against Kansas City after the down game against the Chiefs?
Yeah, a huge game. I mean, just go back and look at the career, right? Any game that maybe he's not done to his standard or had a drop here or been a frustrating game, the way he's responded has been unquestionable. I know early in this year was the same way, right, from the first time we played them to his next game. I don't expect this to be any different.
You talked a lot about the future of Pickens. Is the feeling mutual for Javonte Williams based on the season he's having as well?
1,000%.
I'm messing with Calvin.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying no about the
I was messing with Calvin. No, they don't want him back.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I mean, he knows I'm going to say hell yeah. How crucial he's been to this offense, how great of a dude he is, how great of a teammate he is. A quiet guy, but when he speaks, it's definitely heard. Anything he does is felt. Yeah, he's an important piece to what we're doing right now.
You were asked about the late fourth down after the game the other day, but you also had the fourth down from midfield at the start of the game. What was your take on that? Is that Shoddy saying, "Let's go win this game now"? What do you think he was feeling like in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had to start fast. Yeah, and I was all for that. To be honest with you, there was a little miscommunication there. I mean, you have to ask Shoddy. I think he wanted to punt it. I didn't. The time went out from what he could tell me, so I didn't quite get that, and that'll be us being much better on the communication. But I went to a play I was comfortable with. Unfortunately, it just didn't play out that way. But we'll do that again over and over.
How do you feel in that moment when you talked him into doing something that failed because you didn't put the ball exactly where you wanted it, or play didn't go exactly as
It's football. It's a long game. It's 4 quarters. Hell, he says it, right? You can't win it in the first. So let's move past that and learn from it. As I said, we'll communicate better. I take full responsibility in that as well. And, yeah, as I said, I mean, I'm comfortable going for it anytime like that.
Within the quarterback fraternity, quarterback to another, what is it that you appreciate most about Pat Mahomes' game?
Everything in his game. The way he plays it, I mean, just at the end of the day, obviously, talent jumps out, but you watch a guy who plays with pure passion, who'll do anything it takes to win. I mean, on the sideline, right, he's not necessarily always running out of bounds, trying to make the extra play, never giving up on a play, has the ability to throw it back across his body. He's just he does it all right. And what I respect most is just his will to win. And like I said, just you see it. He'll do anything and everything it takes.
Talk about this game is very emotional. Of all the play callers you've had, who's been the most emotional play caller? Someone that even you had to say, you need to calm him down a little bit.
Mike. And not in a bad way by any mean. He's an aggressive play caller. He understood that I understood that. And even though he called an aggressive play or aggressive shot, it didn't mean, hey, go for it. I wouldn't say that there was ever a time when I thought, oh, I need to calm him down, because right in my head, I'll just take the check down or throw it underneath if it's not there. But yeah.
Where would you put Shotty in that? Because sometimes he said, hey, I've gotten emotional too at times.
I mean, I don't know if that's jumped out to me just quite yet. Honestly, I understand that, yeah, we're going for it on the fourth downs and things like that, but emotional or not, I mean, I think the analytics tell you to do that, right? The flow of the game at different times tells you to do that, and so, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
What's the matchup like against Spags and his blitzing defense this week for you?
Yeah, we've got to be on our P's and Q's. The communication has to be better than it's ever been before. Verbal, nonverbal, the receivers have to know the protection, the IDs. They've got to know when I expect them to break hot. It's going to take all 11 to be on the same page, and that's what Spags makes it hard on you. So each and every play, doesn't matter if it's third down in the red zone, wherever. We've got to have our heads up and be on alert.
How much have you embraced the emphasis on the play action, the passing game, which you seem to be executing at a really high level again this year?
Yeah, I mean, you probably go back in years. That's always been my favorite part of playing the position. Different years, it's worked better than others, and I think that all starts with how good the run game is. But yeah, I mean, I love it. The run game gets going. You're able to get a good action. You get the run backers in the line of scrimmage. You've got that second layer, and if not deeper, being able to attack these DBs, and especially with the receivers and the talent that we have outside, it's a must for us.
We've talked before about the hole you guys dug yourself in, this little margin for error. Do you look at these games? This game is a must-win because obviously you lose this week, next week. What you did against Philadelphia, kind of doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, we got to win every game at this point. And the Philly game doesn't mean anything right now. Nothing that's happened up to this point really means anything other than it's put us in the position to be must-win games. And so, as I said, we're not going to necessarily just go out there and do that on Thursday. That's through the week, and just the way that we prepare, the way that we're communicating, the way that we're taking the necessary steps to get our bodies right and to go out and to play our best game on a short week. We've got the guys, we've got the plan, we've got the process intact, and we're going to give it our best and feel very confident in us.
You talked a lot about the Jalen Carter matchup last week. Tyler Booker had a really strong game against him. Does it give you more confidence now that they're going up against Chris Jones this week? The interior, in my opinion, had their best games of the year.
Yeah, I mean, what gives me confidence is the way that guy prepares. And, yeah, sure, you can look at it week by week and how he's grown and how he's gotten better. But Book's a true pro, and he wants the biggest challenge each and every game. That's who he is, and that goes for the rest of the guys. Obviously, Chris isn't just going to be on the right side. Tyler, he'll be ready. The tackles, everybody will be ready. Wherever he lines up, we've got a plan for him. We understand how talented Chris is, and it'll be, once again, all 11 or at least 5 guys up front, the tight ends, know where he is. We'll spot that and make our calls and go from there.
And what's your relationship like with Chris these days?
These days, hadn't talked to him in a while. Obviously, both very, very busy. Big fan of Chris, though. Great teammate. Understand that he plays with a passion and joy that jumps out. Always has. Just a big kid, and look forward to competing against him. It's always been fun.
Do you have a role in
dictates where you go with the ball, but you took a deep shot to George against Raiders. Didn't hit, but then you came back, got him in this ball over Dory. And do you not even look at him like, okay, he's covered, I'll go elsewhere? When he's on that deep shot, you know it's going to be that ball up top.
Yeah, if he's one-on-one, he's not covered. Not in my mind, anyways. Yeah, I mean, I think with the proper ball, as you're saying, in any DB out there, just his size, his ability to go up and make a play, and that's not for him, it's just him. It's for CD as well. You get a guy one-on-one with those guys, I have so much confidence in our guys going to make the play. As I said before, it's not even a 50-50 ball. The favor lies in our hands, and so I just got to give them opportunity, and I tell them, when we break the huddle or just throughout this game plan, these process, like, we just got to run. You run hard and you show and you make it obvious to me that it's one-on-one downfield, you're going to get the opportunity.
What's your role, if any, in helping CD get back to where you both want him to be after a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one game. I think if anything, it's for me to stay the same and show my support in him as I always have, and I'm not going to panic, and he shouldn't panic, and it was one game. It was a frustrating game, right? But other than that, it's not like the guy can't go win a game by himself. So I'm not going to make a bigger deal out of it. I think sometimes, people do, media does in a sense, and right, that creates anxiety and pressure on a guy that doesn't belong. And so I don't even know if it's a conversation that we're necessarily going to have. It wasn't his best game. He knows that. He's well aware of that. His standard, his expectations. There's no doubt in my mind the way that he'll respond will be great.
You've been playing on Thanksgiving for a decade now, but does it add any extra juice for you at this point in your career, being able to play in that spot?
It's a blessing. It's something that I never take for granted. Putting on, especially, since we went back to the throwback uniforms, it just brings me back to being a kid and watching, the Cowboys every Thanksgiving, going outside, playing with my brothers after we ate or during halftime or whatever it may be. And so just to think about all the other families and kids and people out there that are watching us and that we can inspire just by the way that we play the game, I don't take it for granted. It's such a blessing, such a huge platform, and just want to go out there and win. And as I said, inspire with just the way we take the field.
You won't get to see the halftime show, but you have Posty out there at halftime. Just talk about having the support from them. Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be electric. I'd love to get out there and watch a little bit of it. But I've seen Post. I know he's amazing. I know he's going to put on a hell of a concert. I'm sure he's just as pumped as the fans are. Him being a Cowboy fan and just being able to contribute, as you said, right? It's not just support from Post. It's big love. He's as big of a Cowboys fan as there is out there, and I know this is special to him as well. Thank you, guys.